Sometimes it's the color in a piece that stops me in my tracks when I'm walking through an exhibition. That was the case when I saw Jean Vibert's painting, The King of Rome. Like I said, what hit me wasn't Vibert's brushwork or the composition. It was first the color, that red, and then it was the realism. It was shockingly realistic. And the framing was perfect. I'm not sure why, but sometimes the frame on a painting is so perfectly selected that it becomes part of the appeal. This one framed the scene like a gilded window. I also love how he characterizes his figures. They're believable. Each seems to have their own personality and looks real. Vibert is known to portray people in less than flattering but very human situations and expressions. Sometimes they're even depicted mid-sentence. In fact, his work is often referred to as satirical, poking fun gently at clerics and the ecclesiastical life. But to me, it doesn't seem to have a mean-spirited feeling to it. Instead, he just seems to humanize his figures with a touch of humor, or a dramatic sense of human emotion, things that anyone could experience. I like that. Referring to his depictions of the clergymen of his time, Vibert writes, "Haven't you always said that a painter should paint only what he sees? It's not my fault if I've seen them at such close quarters." His poking fun wasn't just saved for the clerics, however. He pokes fun at many aspects of society, to include his own painting tradition, and he paints himself as the cardinal in one of his paintings. At least, that's my suspicion. But Vibert's work doesn't just feature satire. He has some serious work as well, and is clearly a serious painter, even producing commissioned artworks for John Jacob Astor IV and William Vanderbilt. Beyond the humanization of his characters, another thing I love about his work is that luscious, soul-feeding red that he features in so many of his paintings. This red was made up of a blend of pigments and actually became known as Vibert's red. His focus on Catholic cardinals gave him plenty of opportunity for its use. Now, you'll notice that Napoleon is often featured in his work. His paternal grandfather, Jean-Pierre Vibert, was a huge admirer of Napoleon's, having served in Napoleon's army as a young man. The younger Vibert even pokes a little fun at Napoleon at times, but was always careful to portray his figures as accurately as possible, even down to the medals on their chest. Another thing that strikes me about Vibert as a painter is the fact that it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between his painting mediums. Whether working in oil, gouache, which is a form of watercolor, or watercolor itself, his work conveys the same look. In fact, he co-founded and became the first president of the Society of French Watercolorists in an effort to raise the esteem of that painting medium. Vibert's talents actually went beyond painting. He had been a sharpshooter in the Franco-Prussian War and was a playwright and actor at times, tying together his painting themes with his productions. Perhaps it's not surprising, then, that a man of his diverse background and love for life, an academically trained artist with connections to the top rungs of society, could produce such stunning, thought-producing works as the one that I ran across in that traveling show.